Hi, I'm Max Walker&Williams, and today I'm at NFT NYC London, and I'm going to be speaking. So Billy's going to be filming it, and I hope you enjoy the video. Virtual reality and through metaverse spaces. And one of the things I've learned from working with these incredible and massive brands is that the future for the NFT space is absolutely bright. And because whether we like it or not, there's an incredible concentration of money, of talent, brain power in massive corporations and brands. And as they enter the NFT space, everyone in the ecosystem benefits from that incoming innovation, money, investment, and everything else that comes with those big those brands. To put this in perspective, the entire NFT industry last year was worth $18 billion. So across all platforms, all of NFT sold and bought totaled $18 billion, and one of our clients turned over $19 billion. They weren't in the NFT space last year, and they're going to be in the NFT space next year. And they turned over $1 billion more than the entire NFT space. So it kind of really gives you an example, a visceral example, of how much growth and potential there is in the cryptographic technology. I must say, when talking to some people in the space, there's a lot of tribalism in crypto with my project's better than yours. And there's also some people who believe that there isn't a place for big brands, fine art, the old establishments. And it's funny, because when I actually speak to them and we drill down into it, a lot of these people are the very same that believe in decentralization, in transparency, openness, and then at the same time want to police who can and can't come into the space. And I think it's really short-sighted, because I think the net benefit to the NFT industry is far outweighs any of the potential negatives from these massive companies and the old established art world coming into it. When we look at fine art, I don't necessarily just mean old oil paintings or oil paintings that are incredibly old and incredibly expensive. Fine art takes a lot of different forms, and so very shortly I believe that, and in the same way that NFTs aren't just JPEGs. And so if you imagine a company like Rolex, for example, and they're shortly going to be selling digital watches, like Apple do, and the band on the watch is digital. And so you walk into the Rolex shop, and you say, I want to buy the day-to-day entry-level Rolex, and they say it's £6,000. And you buy the watch and you download the app, and on the app are 6 factory-setting colours. And so you can have your Rolex watch green, blue, pink, red, whatever. And then you go and meet a friend who's got the same watch, and you notice that their band is bright pink with yellow spots. And you say, well, I haven't got that setting, what's that? Well, Rolex did a collaboration with the Banksy establishment, or with the Andy Warhol Foundation, or with Jay-Z and J-Lo, and they created 10 limited edition Rolex watch strap brands, and they sold for £1 million each. And I say, wow, I've got to have it. And so I send you the crypto via the wallet, peer-to-peer, straight in front, just in the bar. You receive it, you send me the NFT through a smart contract, trustless, unless we're good friends, of course. And then your watch automatically drops back to the factory setting of standard blue colour or green or whatever it may be. And my watch turns into the colours that I've got. But then we leave the bar and we get in your Tesla. And the colour scheme in your Tesla is one I've never seen before. And again, what's this? Well, Tesla have done a collaboration with whoever it may be, and they've done a one of 1,000 or 50 limited edition colours of this Tesla. And I can pay you for it, sat in your car, you give it to me, and next time your Tesla goes back to factory setting, and next time I get into my Tesla, it's updated, and again, the colours are in there. So fine art and the NFT world are going to do some amazing things, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity for anybody in the space already, whether you're an artist, or a creator, or a developer. But there are a couple of rules with the corporate game, if you like, with the big companies. And you have to ensure that you future-proof yourself and your work, whether you're a coder, a developer, an artist, whatever it is you're doing. One of the golden rules is that massive companies have a criteria and you have to meet it. And so, for example, at the moment, everybody's super gluing themselves to cars, the floor, sitting in the road. And although I believe in what they're fighting for, and I think we all believe that obviously, the environment is so important and climate change, is a real thing. If you are developing or working on a platform that doesn't meet the criteria of large companies, then it's a non-starter. If you're turning over $19 billion, you don't need to be in any space, okay? They do at some point, they need to future-proof themselves, but right now they're not in a desperate rush. When you're making $1 billion net profit, you're not in a desperate rush, and they take their time. And so if you are on a project or on a platform that doesn't meet the eco-credentials of this business, then it's a non-starter. It doesn't matter how good you are. So it's just a side point that you should be aware of. And imagine you've got Nike have just submitted a patent for digital trainers. So they'll be able to display photos and video. And so you'll have Conor McGregor knocking out this guy, Rumble in the Jungle, and the person who owns that 6-second knockout will use NFTs to create 1,000 of them, and then in collaboration with Nike, you'll be able to download them on the app and have the knockout punch of your favourite, or the slam dunk in basketball, or whatever it may be, on your trainers to social signal, how wealthy you are, etc., and to enjoy for yourself. I think we're going to see more and more, and this is the other thing that's really exciting about the NFT space for me, is that we're going to see, it's a perfect storm, we're going to see more and more institutions, companies, large brands entering this space. And the reason that's going to happen is not just because the cryptographic technology that the NFT sits on is undeniable, but it's because of the way the next generation coming through now values and sees value in digital content. And so my son is 10, and he's always saying, "Daddy, can I have V-Bucks? Daddy, can I have V-Bucks?" And Ubisoft, one of the largest, if not the largest, gaming software company in the world with 10,000 in-house developers, took a poll of young boys in America, teenage boys, and they asked 2,000 of them, would you rather have $600 to spend on clothes, shoes, chocolate, whatever you want, or would you rather $600 worth of V-Bucks to spend on a red cape or whatever that doesn't exist? And 88% of them said they'd rather have the V-Bucks. So in my son's mind, and that's not even an NFT, it's an unlimited number of items in these games. But when you think about it, what's the difference? My friend wants a gun that's diamond-studded because his hero and his mate's heroes in that game has got the same gun. And he wants to meet up with his mates, and he wants to be part of that gang, and he wants to be in the club, and so he wants to buy the gun. So he doesn't, there's no question in his mind, it's not even a question, that that gun, that cape, whatever it may be, has that real-world value. And that might sound alien, or not to this crowd especially, but when I'm generally speaking, people sort of laugh at that, and they can't get their heads around it. And it is unusual, and it is strange, but then you consider that my 10-year-old son and his mates, are going to be the new director of the NHS, the leader of the free world, an American president. And so as these kids come up who aren't questioning, there is no question that digital content has value, and they come through, and then they're PMs, MPs, directors of huge companies, it's going to be such an exciting time for anyone who's building in the space now, providing that they future-proof themselves, as I said. And so, the other thing that's happening aside from that, I've only got a minute left, but the other thing that's happening aside from that is through COVID, we all have done a Zoom or a team call, and that technology is getting better and better. And when people on stage previously were talking about the metaverse, for a lot of people I speak to, they're like, what is the metaverse? Is it just computer games? But if you think about Zoom, you're having a meeting on Zoom, and it's okay, there are a lot of benefits, both in terms of not having to get a flight, the environment and so on. But there's also the time saving and everything, and yes, it's not as good as a meeting in real life in a lot of ways, but the time saving means that for me the benefits outweigh the negatives. And as that becomes a real thing, and rather than just looking at each other on a computer screen, I can stand next to you in 3D, I'm going to want art on the walls. I'm going to want furniture. I'm not just going to want to stand in a square empty room with you having a meeting. We're going to want to sit at chairs. And so fashion and a design of chairs and tables and everything that we value in the real world will become equally, if not more valued in the new digital world. Goldman Sachs have just paid £115,000 for a table that doesn't exist. But of course they have. It was a one-of-one designed by Ferrari, backed by NFT technology, and they want a social signal to people like me when I meet them that they've got plenty of money. And so the value, the tech is all undeniable, and we are heading towards an incredible time to be alive. Thanks ever so much for listening.
I really hope you enjoyed the videos as much as I've enjoyed being here at the conference. It's been fantastic, and one of the things I really love about it is how diverse the people are. Where else is a man dressed as a banana and a lady dressed as a pixel and a man from a VC firm in a business suit going to meet? This is such an incredible space. It's been fantastic, and I highly recommend that if it's on next year, you come along. I'll see you soon.